PLTW courses that we have here at HCA allow our students to connect what is in the book and what they're learning in the books to real life situations, such as the forensics lesson that Mr. Larrikin does, the grand rounds that Mr. Butcher provides for the opportunities for the students. The PLTW classes themselves provide students an opportunity to be creative, critical thinking skills. So all of these types of academic skills that our students are learning, they're going to be able to take with them to college and be probably ahead of most students. These courses enhance HCA because it allows our students to get a different type of education than they would in just basic science classes from other schools. These PLTW classes provide, again, students the opportunity to develop their skills through hands-on learning.
Principles of Biomedical Science, or PBS, is one of those 4 classes of the Project Lead the Way program. And I'm just so grateful because I was given this opportunity to teach this class to students who would like to venture into the medical field. I like that we have a lot of hands-on experiments here, a lot of demonstrations, simulations that are related to medicine, and I like that kids can relate to the activities that we have here with real life scenarios, and that's where I believe learning takes place much better because they're all hands-on. As the kids are trying to solve the mystery behind the death of a fictitious woman, Anna Garcia, who had diabetes and sickle cell disease, they're developing their critical thinking skills. They are developing their problem-solving skills. They learn from their mistakes. Although one of the challenges here is that there's no textbook. So the kids need to think outside of the box. They need to collaborate and then learn from their errors and then understand the potential gaps between theory and, of course, real life.
My name is Valeria Rodriguez and I'm a senior, class of 2018. Woo. Okay. What I liked about PBS, I think it would have to be all the labs that we did, because there were like lots of hands-on learning. Like, we got to hold a heart. Not many people say they get to do that. You know, I remember just like sticking my fingers in the aorta and stuff, so it was pretty cool. And also, like, the students that I had classes with, we made the class pretty fun. Watching CSI on Mondays, that was cool. It was just a really fun experience. It's a pretty fun class. What did I find difficult? I think the tests were kind of hard, mostly because it came straight from PLTW. But I say just like, if you're gonna have a quiz or test in a lab or something, just study your steps. Remember like your findings and your results. Remember what pictures you took, because that can always come back too. I think that's it.
Hi, I'm Mr. Butcher, and I teach HBS, Human Body Systems. Human Body Systems is the second course in the 4-course biomedical science pathway for PLTW. I really enjoy the PLTW courses, the biomedical series, because they link up really well. The PBS introduces the basic concepts. HBS focuses on the body systems, leads into MI, where you do a lot more microbio and biotechnology, and then BI, or biomedical innovations, is more of the capstone course. In HBS, we focus on the body systems, kind of like anatomy, physiology, but taught more as a project-based class, instead of just opening your textbook and memorizing structures for every body system. It links the body systems together by their function: identity, communication, power, and so I think that's really important. It gets the students to be able to work with their hands and really understand what's going on with the body. So a key component of that is the mannequin, and every time we reach a new body system, students build the structures with their mannequin, and that allows them to have to think a little bit about where these structures are, the size of them, what they attach to, what sort of obstacles might be in the way for like a blood vessel or lymphatic vessels, something like that. So the mannequin is really key in tying HBS together as we move from system to system and then see how those systems work together.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Gonzalez. I'm a senior here at HCA, and for HBS, I thought it was really fun because I got to learn all about each of the human body systems, and I really loved anatomy. The one thing I found hard was trying to remember all the parts, but with Mr. Butcher, he stays after school and he does help you with either HBS, chemistry, or also AP biology, and he really does help a lot, and so do the other PLTW teachers. So for HBS, just try to remember that you need a lot of memorization, and flashcards are a really good help.
Interventions work with all of the medical occupations, because there isn't a health occupation that you would go into that does not include medical intervention. So there's always some type of test or somehow that they have to investigate your disease and figure out what the outcomes of your disease would be. So it definitely includes all of that. It also ties in a lot of the sciences, your PBS, your HBS, all of them come together in order to understand all these types of interventions. So I'm Mrs. Bruno, and I teach the medical interventions class here. This is actually my first year teaching the class. Very interesting class. It's very, if you're going into the health industry, it's very closely related to that. The nice thing about the medical interventions is the fact that a lot of the topics that we cover are day-to-day and very realistic and real life. So when we talk about medical interventions, we're talking about all the different tests, all the different things that are done in order to maintain the health and increase the quality of life of a person who comes into the health system. So the test is very interesting, but a little bit highly into your labs. We run a lot of labs because basically medical intervention includes a lot of labs. So lab skills are very important. So we use a lot of micropipetting. We do we run transformation labs. We do presentations on different types of cancers, because we actually go into all that and talk about the different types of diseases, genetic diseases. So we look at all types of interventions across the board. So most of our time is spent learning about these interventions, such as MRI, CT scans, X-rays, all these different types. So if you're very interested into that kind of thing, then this would be the class for you. Very interesting class and very engaging for the student. Let's see. Okay, so real life. Real life applications, pretty much. I mean, there isn't a place that you go into a hospital or into a clinic where they're not talking about your blood tests, about X-rays, about MRIs. So very real life. Basically, this is not, I cannot do this.
Hello, my name is Tiana Midget, and I'm a senior at Health Careers Academy. Myself, I have taken 3 courses of the PLTW installment, which would include Principles of Biomedical Science, Human Body Systems, and Medical Interventions. I believe that all 3 courses offer something different. However, they work cohesively to cultivate a type of science that's very hands-on and that is really focused on a student's independence and their own personal learning in the classroom. I think it's really important that we learn not from textbooks, but we learn from reading the instructions and executing them correctly so we get the proper result that we're looking for. I find that the PLTW installment or courses are vital to HCA's curriculum because I feel like it gives our students a first-hand look into what they should expect being a first-year student in college, the type of inorganic, organic chemistry courses and things like that that are very hands-on, really detail-oriented, and really focused on being an advocate for your learning and trying to see different ways and different, just different perspectives, different things that you could do to change or alter a situation to your advantage. And I think with these PLTW classes, it's really based on a student's ability to be resilient and understand that everything isn't a certain way to do it. However, when you look at the instructions, it kind of gives you leadway for your own interpretations and things like that. So throughout these courses, we explore a range of processes, pathways, and overall different concepts that just give us a better understanding of science and the world around us.
So my course I teach in the series that we offer here at HCA is Biomedical Innovations. It's the capstone course for our Project Lead the Way series. And basically it focuses students around an independent or capstone project. Throughout the curriculum, they learn a variety of techniques and problems, but they could basically use those problems and make it on a grander scale and turn it into their capstone or independent project. So in the past, I've had students organize health fairs, organize events that basically educate the public on a variety of health issues. I've had students design and run their own experiments. In the previous PLTW courses, they've learned how to use equipment, they've learned how to gather data and analyze that data, but in BI, they actually take what they've learned in the previous courses and apply it to more real-life problems. So they actually will develop their own research question and come up with their own ways to gather that data and statistically analyze that data and come up with their own conclusions. I've had students design biomedical innovation products, so they can take something already on the market and make it better, or think of a completely new idea that can impact healthcare and medicine. I've had students research ways to turn it, a diagnostic imaging machine into a hybrid machine, and they have to actually work with experts in the field, so they have to actually have an adult mentor throughout their project. They have to review the literature that's already on that subject matter, so they're reading academic journal articles and summarizing that and citing all that information so that they're not redundant with their work, but they're actually making their work meaningful in regards to the field of healthcare and medicine. So it's really an opportunity for students to take what they've learned in all of their previous courses and apply it to real life experiences. So it's a pretty cool course. I enjoy teaching it, and I would definitely recommend students to take it if they've taken the previous HBS and PBS and MI courses.
Now here are some labs that we have done throughout the year.